Welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you here from Westlake Village, California, where it is a beautiful little Tuesday. And I just wanted to follow up over the past few weeks of price action, what we've been discussing. And that is with any kind of a daily closure above 46,000, we said, hey, look, we're going to target a move up to around 50 to 52,000. That's our more conservative target, with probably a short-term stop around 47 to 48,000. And it looks like that's what we're getting right now. A little bit of consolidation in this region, and that is okay. But the real question about today or this week is, can Bitcoin hit our $50,000 target this week? And so what are we going to do? We're going to take a look at Bitcoin's underlying market dynamics. We'll touch on some altcoins, but I want to start off with open interest, which is currently sitting at, where's it at? Is that open interest? Yep. At about 14 billion. I wonder why it's not showing at the top right corner. It usually does. Anyways, if you put your cursor over there, 13.9 billion. Notice that this is pretty much the highest open interest read that we've had for the year. So the most leveraged positions on the board. And what do we also have here? We've got, oh, that's why it wants me to sign in. Our leverage ratio currently at 0.23. It just took a small leg down from yesterday. So maybe a little leverage washout, some people taking some long positions off the board. And more importantly, what else do we have here? Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. The 15-minute picking itself up here on Mr. Luna. This is the second time I've been interrupted by trading today. And what I should do is just go ahead and turn the screen off. The hourly closure is coming in about 5 minutes. And what I want to do is just peek at Luna right here at 107.50. On the hourly and the bi-hourly. And take a look here, volatility increasing. We are not putting any divergence there. We probably have several drives coming back from right there, being as that's a higher high. Let's see here. Is this going to be it? Is this going to be it? So that's 1, 2, and that's not a confirmed local high. So I don't even know what I was thinking. What a piece of garbage. What a piece of garbage. Christopher. Is that a test down? No, coming back down. Coming back down. Reaching back down. Why is KuCoin off? We're going to get some volatility on this guy, Mr. Luna. Anyways, I'm going to get back onto Bitcoin. We were talking about open interest here, and I'm just going to minimize this screen so I can't see it. All right. No more trading. Finishing the video for you guys. All right. So open interest, leverage positions are way up there. There's going to be a big volatile move. That's all that tells us, really. And pretty much what I think is, since there's more open interest right now on Bitcoin at 47,000 compared to December, the highs of 51,000, what does that tell me? It says, look, people weren't that interested in getting long here because the consolidation wasn't long enough. This is a slew of higher lows. I do believe the open interest is in the long's favor. I could be completely wrong, but we did talk about, look, the measure move off this ascending triangle based off of closures is going to be 51 to 52,000, and the more aggressive target based on wicks, right? And how do you measure the ascending triangle from 50%? And that would give you a breakout target of about 56,000. In a more volatile market, I think something like that could happen. I'm not really leaning towards that at the moment, though. And I do believe we'll run into some headwinds at somewhere around 51 to 52,000 in that region. So that's what we've been talking about over the past few weeks. Let's take a look at the good old Bitcoin dominance here. Bitcoin dominance, where are you? It's an index, that's why, right? Yep. Okay, added to my chart. Got a new little list of hot altcoins. Anyways, we're at 42%. Bitcoin dominance kind of stuck in a little range here. We have been saying that Bitcoin dominance is likely to shoot up from here. And that is as Bitcoin rallies, you know, it soaks up some of the weaker altcoins. People exit those S coins and they get into Bitcoin for protection. Okay, Bitcoin dominance is likely to take a leg up, while some of the stronger altcoins like Luna probably going to give us a little bit more of a party to the upside. And I'm just watching this baby come down a little bit, which is nice. Okay. What else did I want to talk about? Let's start off with the daily time frame for Bitcoin. And I'm just going to bring this chart up. And again, you know, what I would say is that on the daily, if we have any kind of a daily closure back below 46.6, I'd even say a 4-hour closure below 46.6, is that going to do it for me? No. That'll probably give us a move to 46.3, but I would say on a daily time frame, any kind of a closure below 46.6 very likely gets us a move to the 9 exponential, coming in at 45,000 currently right now. And that's completely fine for Bitcoin to retest the support level here, as long as we don't break back below there on a daily time frame, because that would completely ruin this move. But that's pretty much the point of failure for me. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame, and what we have right now is our momentum indicator coming down while volatility is coming down, yet Bitcoin is making higher lows. And I don't know if we'd call that a higher high, but you know, those are 2 higher highs than these highs back here. So to me, this looks bullish. Okay, that is just a sign of a corrective move, right? So a small short-term down. Could we come down to 46.3? Yeah. But I'm looking more of this as a bullish reset. And what we will see is any kind of a 4-hour closure back above 47.5 will turn the momentum back to the upside. All you'd want to see is volatility tick back to the upside, and that very likely gives us our next move, which if I am looking at a 4-hour, I would say any kind of a 4-hour closure back above 48,163, very likely our next target is going to be 48,900. And does that bleed over into the daily time frame, giving us more upside on the daily? Yes, I would say that, because this is our kind of last major inflection point right here at 48.5. Any kind of a daily closure above 48.5, and I would say that looks good for a run up to at least $50,000. So again, I just want to go over, you know, a point here. Invalidation comes with any kind of a daily closure back below 45.5, and I would say no to the move heading up to $50,000. So back to kind of a more macro look on Bitcoin, which is kind of our weekly time frame. And what I did here is I took a bullish retracement with the Fibonacci tool from this wick to this wick, right? This wick to that wick. And that bullish retracement says that, hey, we're likely to get some selling pressure, what do you know, at 50,656 to 55,000, right before. That's where the bull traps come in at the 0.5 or the 618. And why do I think that is more likely than not? Well, I'll bring up a secondary indicator called the MACD on the monthly time frame. And that's what we have. We had a monthly MACD cross to the downside with increasing the histogram is increasing to the red side. And if you go back and back test that on some exchanges that have more price history, you'll see that has produced some pretty nasty moves to the downside. Now, it does also say on our monthly time frame for the daily, monthly on our primary chart here, here. It also does say that we will have momentum remaining cross to the downside as long as we are below 61,220. So pressure is on to the downside from the macro point of view. However, this monthly close, I'll bring this up as well. Let me delete this here and maybe make the chart a little cleaner and try to bring this up. Okay. So what you can see is a higher low being formed, and that would be confirmed with any kind of a monthly closure above 48,000. Some would say even 46,222. Above 45.5, or call it 45.6, and that would be your first drive of bullish divergence, which is what where price is making a higher low and RSI is making a lower low. Hidden bullish divergence there, and that should give you a shot up to the top side. Actually, up to the at least to the 618 fib, which is going to come right. If you take a look there, right up to our target about 55,000. So that's in the cards. And if we start, closing macro candles back above there, well then, hey, party back on, and maybe we revisit the highs. But at best, I do think Bitcoin probably trades between 30 and 60,000 over the next few months, maybe 3 to 6 months. So not to be a bear or anything like that, but that's what the charts are saying to me. Okay. Getting back on to now, if we can start closing dailies back above the all-time high of 69,000, then, or even I'd say above 56,000, I'm looking for a shot. If we can start closing daily candles back above the blue box territory right there, I'm going to look for a quick move up to 59 and probably a revisit to the top side of the range, between 65 and 69,000. But critical area, until we're back in a blue sky breakout, we're not expecting new all-time highs on this asset. And I'll go over a few more reasons. One, we have interest rate hikes, we've got the war, and a stock market which by the way, let's check in on Mr. NASDAQ here really quick, not the headlines, no. Is it this guy? No. What is going on here? Help me out. Charts, go back. Where is my... There we go. There we go. NASDAQ up 237. That does give me the bullish bias with some of the altcoins and Bitcoin as well. It is rallying pretty hard here. And here's what I would say about NASDAQ. And, that's kind of what Bitcoin is doing. It's kind of playing along very nicely with NASDAQ. But, we're running right into the 618 on the 5-day here. On the weekly, we can get any kind of a 5-day or weekly above 15,300 and hold. That's probably going to look good for a test of the top side and maybe some new all-time highs, but I don't think that's quite in the cards yet, unless we get some amazing news about the war stopping or negotiations changing or inflation going down and war stopping. If something like that happens, well, yeah, I think new all-time highs definitely in the cards for stocks, and that would look good for Bitcoin as well. But getting back onto Bitcoin, back onto Bitcoin here, just checking my notes on the daily time frame. And what do we have here? So if we start closing dailies again above 55,000 and hold, party onto the top side of the range, very likely makes it back up to 65, 69,000. So, what I would like to see is something like this, Bitcoin to come in, maybe hit the 50,000 and then put in a higher low. Just not go back below 45.5, right? Some kind of a higher low and then give a shot up. That would look really nice for some more upside action. So lastly here, by the way, guys, if you want to get through these streams a little faster, a little trick I use is you can put YouTube on like 1.5 to 2 times speed so that, hey, this 30-minute video turns into 15 minutes and you get through the whole thing. Highly recommend people do that. I know I talk slow and I go over all kinds of information. So if you want to hear the whole thing, use the faster speed settings. Okay, last thing I wanted to go over here is the 5-day BBWP, which we've been talking about for some time here. Every time volatility has gotten this low and began to increase to the upside, regaining the exponential, that's even more bullish, right? But just a tick to the upside was all we really needed, alongside the stochastic momentum turning up, which we had that 5-day closure last week. We called that one out and said, hey, look, we're turning up. Momentum's at a very low level. Very likely this asset is going to explode to the upside. Why? Because when volatility is low in Bitcoin land, all it means is that you're going to get a big move in either direction. And I would expect the price to go in the direction of the trend. Man, if this video isn't recorded well, I'm going to be pissed. My microphone was way over there. Oh, God. So just covering this again, right? The last time we put in these vertical lines here, marking off the changes in as volatility was low and started expanding to the upside. What we saw is this. I'm just going to lock my pencil in here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And we don't need to go back any further. And so back on here, what we've seen is this has produced no less than a 45% move in either direction. And I'll just measure it out for you again. From this high here down to this low was 42%. Okay. From this low here to this high here, that was 47%. From this low here to this high here, 72%. And the last big drop down back in May of 21. Can you believe it's already almost April of 2022? What a year so far. And finally we're getting this breakout. And this does look good again for a shot to the top side of the range, as again, it's going to go in the direction of the trend. And as we are breaking this range, which, we have 2 days and 5 hours left to go ahead and confirm this 5-day closure to the upside, which I think is very likely, especially if we can fill in some more volume here on this green girthy candle. That will look nice for a shot up to the $50,000 mark. So the question is, yeah, again, can it happen this week? Absolutely. Does it have to? No. Doesn't really matter as long as Bitcoin is closing those dailies above 45.5. I am looking for that target to get hit over the next week or two. And we identified, shifts in momentum every time we've seen. Oh, look, maybe that one wasn't so perfect. Did we cross to the downside on this one? No, that's because we're on the daily, on the 5-day. So yeah, that shift in momentum was to the upside. This was to the downside. And so every time we've seen the momentum alongside volatility expanding from a low level, price has gone in the direction of the momentum. And right now, the momentum is clearly to the upside. And the average increase from the low to the high has been 45%. I think on that one occasion it was 42. So 45 from that low actually puts us higher. So 41%, that's coming in at what price? Let's do it again. Get my pencil out here. From this low, 45%. Yeah, that puts us up at 56,000, which that is the more aggressive target on this formation, which you would measure like this. Boom. Oops. Delete that one. That would put us up at 56,000, right in this last kind of resistance area right there. So that would put you 45% to the upside. And we've measured it out on all the other time frames. You can go do it yourself. But again, those 45% to the upside, that's where the momentum is going. That's where the price action is going. So I think very, very likely. Could we get a pullback down to 45.5? Absolutely. But as long as we're closing dailies above there, I'm looking for this move to continue onwards and upwards from here. So that is it for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Luna. Taking another leg up here. Very nice. Very nice. And I want to just start it off on our shorter term time frames. And that is what I suspected. What a piece of love that I want to add to my portfolio right now. And that is what I'm going to go ahead and do. Really quick as let's check it out on the shorter term time frame here. We are about to resolve this to the top side of the range, and I'm going to get this pencil off. On the 5-minute, is that going to be enough to do it for me? I think it is. So I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit. What a stinker this guy has been to me for the past couple of days. I'm going to go here. And look for some continuation. You gotta be shooting me. Gotta love that how price action will just jump right as you put your order in. Are we gonna get hit? Are we gonna get hit? Come on. It won't let me do it. How many did I get filled on? Can you give me a little love here? I'm trying to make a YouTube video. I don't have time for this. Come on. Wow. Powerful Luna. Powerful. And it still doesn't want to let me get filled. How many did I get filled? That's it. It's really quite embarrassing. On stream here, guys, come on. There it goes. That filled her up. Okay. That's looking good. All right. Back onto this Luna price action as it's breaking out here. And why am I taking a little position right now? I'll tell you, because the target off of this consolidation right here I have is 110. We didn't quite get up there on the last trade, and any kind of a break above here that is going to line up with the 110 target, which should be very nice. Okay, that's on. This is just some really short-term time, fun trading. But I do think this one is breaking out right now. Again, it's been breaking out all day. It's been a really nice trade. And we got a 15-minute about to close above there, so that'll look good. The 30-minute, look at that. What a stinker, Mr. Luna. Okay. When you start talking to your coins like they're real people, you got a problem. All right. What else did I want? What have we been saying on Mr. Luna here? And here's another reason I'm really bullish on this guy anyways. It does look like we are going to get that daily closure above 104 or 105, and that is actually what will do it for me. And we've actually been saying above 103 over the past few weeks. Today we got a 4-hour closure back above 105, and that is probably going to do it. And the measure move on this formation with a daily closure, again, this is another ascending triangle. We got the higher lows coming in, higher highs. And the measure move on this guy is going to be something like this. Up at 127. And what else does that line up with? Maybe one of our fibs. Let's take a look. Okay. And the fib is coming in at 118 off of this bearish retracement. And we are closing 4 hours above the 786. And I would say as long as we're closing really 4 hours above 93.93, I'm looking for that target to get hit. Again, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but this is just how I'm trading this asset at the moment. And of course, so what else do we have on the daily here? We've got a few drives. I think we've covered this one enough this week, but again, the same thing when you have RSI making 1, 2, 3, 4 multiple drives of hidden bullish divergence, that at least gets you a top side, shot to the top side of the range. We got volatility expanding from a very low level, so I'm expecting price to go in the direction of the trend, which is higher lows and higher highs. And what this shows today is Mr. Luna, pretty much the strongest altcoin in all of the altcoins out there right now, is we will be in a blue sky breakout with any kind of a daily closure above 104.95. And that's going to look really, really nice for a party for the rest of the day. What else? What else do we want to cover? Now, Atom is one that I am hypothesizing is gearing up for another big move. Why? Volatility's on the floor. It's just starting to expand. It regained the exponential. Okay, we got these higher lows coming in right here. And this guy has a measure move target. Let me see if I can make this pretty. But the measure move, this looks like a macro consolidation. But if we can get a daily closure back above 44 bucks, that's going to 58. And what do you know? The 618 coming in right here. So if we can get the daily closure back above this high right here, which with these multiple drives of, again, do we have any hidden bullish divergence here? Would you call that a low is the question. But that at least is good for, let's see, one drive of bullish divergence. That's usually not enough. I don't know. Maybe I jumped the gun. What about the 5-day? What does the 5-day say? No, unless that's a higher low coming in over there. So we've got this guy, this guy. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so from this point on the 5-day, we've got 1, 2, 3 drives of hidden bullish divergence, which should give us a move up to the top side of the range, somewhere around 39 bucks. And that's what I am looking for. If we can get a daily closure, and we have been talking about this since yesterday, any kind of a daily closure back above, what do we say? Oh yeah, just a daily closure back above here, 31. I'm going to target a move up to 34. And that likely gets continuation to 37. And that will be kind of our last point of resistance. If we can get above here, we've been getting shoved back down over the past past 2 days. But I do like this. Momentum will remain to the upside as long as we are closing above $30.85 on the daily. So we do need to push through here by the end of today in the next 4 hours. What about the 4 hour? 4 hours coming down as we're putting in higher lows. So I kind of do like that as a bullish reset. Volatility's coming down. I don't know. I'm just bullish on this one. On the weekly time frame, here's what I would say. What we can see is volatility is at the lowest level ever. Likely the stronger altcoins are going to move in the direction of Bitcoin's trend. So if Bitcoin does want to pick itself back up, head up to our target of 50,000, I think this one has a chance to do something pretty darn cool. And I think the project is good. And what do we also have here? And here's what I say on a weekly time frame or even on a daily time frame. Here's what I'm looking at on a daily time frame. This is like a giant channel. I think it goes back. We need 3 points to make a trend, right? So there's our 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And I wonder if we could just sharpen this up a little bit and go like that. Yeah. That's what I would look at there. And then we've got this high coming all the way back from there. And this guy right here. But this is on a daily. Let's look on a weekly. But we got this giant rising channel, which if we do break to the downside, it's going to be pretty nasty. But this is coming back. I don't know. Maybe you could draw it like this. That's more of your rising channel. And basically, if we break 44 bucks, again, this guy on a weekly, next target is going to be 60 bucks. That's double from where we're at today. I do believe this is one of the strongest altcoins in the market. It's just been a bit of a laggard and kind of consolidating, and it looks like we are putting in a macro low. So that at least is good for some upside in the short term. You know, And I believe we're going to have some drives of hidden bullish divergence forming here. Do we? From this point right here. 1, 2. Yeah. So 2 drives of hidden bullish divergence. Prices making higher lows. RSI. And that was confirmed last week. And that does look like continuation at least to maybe $34. Okay, how would we say this is failing? And I would use a daily time frame for this, and I would say as long as we are closing dailies above this last pivot right here at $26, I'm looking for this guy to move onwards and upwards and head on up. So maybe that's the bull goggles in me. I don't know, but the last 2 I wanted to cover today, Cardano. Coming up to the 200 exponential right there. On the daily, do we have any bearish divergence? Coming in from this point. So that'd be 1. Yeah, we are going to have some bearish divergence as long as we are closing, yeah, even below. Well, I think we just closed above here. So, did we get a daily closure above here? Not yet today. We got 4 hours left. But I likely think this guy heads up to about $1.30 at the short term and probably plays out a small pullback, hopefully puts in a higher low, and reverses its, bucks the trend, bucks the Cardano trend. But I do not, endorse this as a highly esteemed piece of technology. Another one that's having a big run today we've been talking about, we did say over the past few weeks, comp, down at $100 was a steal. I think this one has legs, any kind of a daily closure back above 154, and I'll target a move up to the 210 region. Short stop at 177, puts in a higher low and probably tags at purple 200. 18% on the day, not bad. Not bad at all. All I need is, look at that. Luna is heading up to 109. Nice buy while I was on stream. Are we going to hit the 110 target? Looks like we are. Okay, what's the last one on the board? XRP. Everybody wants to hear about my XRPs. All right, XRP. Is she doing anything is the question. 86 cents still. 86 cents, and we are targeting a move up to about 90 cents. Well, on the 15-minute, we're just starting to get going here. Oh, did we get a daily closure above 90 cents? Yeah, that's what we're looking for continuation on this guy. Any kind of a daily closure above 91 cents will give us likely the move that everybody's looking for, and that would be a shot up to about $1.09, which would tell me the party's probably not going to stop there. Probably get a pullback, maybe around 99 cents, but definitely somewhere around 109, and then hopefully a higher low, and then they solve the lawsuit, and then we head up to $1.30. So that would look really, really nice for Mr. XRP. Where does that get invalidated? Very easily back below this 0.5. Back below the 0.5 at 76 cents. Going to look bad. And final warning, below 73 cents. And this thing's coming back down to the bottom side of the range. Probably a bit lower, somewhere around 50, 60 cents. So that's what I'll be looking for on XRP. And that's going to wrap it up for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, we're not financial advisors, not financial advice. If you want to learn how to trade, we have a free video that we post in the link in our description that teaches you how to set up TradingView. You can start following along. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and that'll get you all the future updates we drop. Also, if you are interested in learning about incorporating Bitcoin or other cryptos in your IRA, There is a link in the description below. Thanks and have a blessed day. Take care.